Good morning, folks. Welcome to the stream. We are continuing on with uh, my Christmas special, which is this creepy looking thing at the moment. Meant to look like this. So we got some ways to go yet. Yeah. So got plenty of time to, got about an hour to sculpt some stuff, continue on with the sculpt. I'm going to continue on with the face for now. And this is also, of course, sponsored by XP Pen, which reached out to me to showcase their 24 Pro lineup. As I mentioned last week, this is not a tablet that they provided me. I bought this in April, and yeah, they just wanted me to talk about the product, even though I've had it for a while, and just showcase it as I sculpt away. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask away. Otherwise, there is an offer in the YouTube description for a discount for Alibaba if you want to purchase through there. And if you're an Aussie, you also get 5% off on top of their current sale, which is actually pretty fucking huge, 30% off. Anyway, for everyone else, Merry Christmas as we continue on with this little sculpting journey. And let's get started. So yeah, I was sculpting out the face last week, and within an hour we had a basic sketch of a character, and we needed to get some blocking done with the face in 3D as well. So yeah, just continuing on with that. I'm just deciding how to actually design the face in 3D because I've never done this character in 3D before, and it can either look really weird or look awesome. So yeah, just figuring things out as we go along. I'm going to give him a big overbite, I think. Let's increase that strength. For those who are here for the Black Curtain stuff, so my actual film stuff, I'll be continuing on with that once I wrap up this little Christmas thing. So this is just a bit of fun, and it's good to have breaks sometimes anyway. So let's give him an overbite. Let's just do that. There we go. So I'm using just the current geometry. I'm not using Dyn Topo at the moment. Just what does it say? Lurking. Sorry, I can't see the comment. It's like, hold on. Lurking Gaming. Merry Christmas. Yeah, true. Oh, Merry Christmas to you too, Brandon. Appreciate it. Sorry, my chat stream wasn't showing up when I was looking at it. All right, cool. Give it a little pinch. There we go. Adds a little bit of less creepiness, I think, as well. Adding a little bit of pinch in that lip there. And I'll try and get the hands done today as well. The sculpt of the hands and everything like that. So I think I had a custom. Oops, I had a custom setup for this actually. XP Pen. So I don't have to worry about the. What's Blender? Oh, right, because I changed Blender. That's why. So I need to change the button mapping. I think that was the mapping I had. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's definitely Blender. Let's just change that settings. All right, I've got to change that. Make a new one. So I'm just actually going to show you how to do customize this stuff as well. So Blender 3.0 came out, so obviously it's a different mapping of the software. So let's go ahead and fix that up. So what I like to do is customize the keyboards down here on the side. So I like to make the bottom left, I like to keep this one as is, but I like to keep these 3 buttons here with Control Shift and Alt, so I can rotate around. So 9, just have to cancel. Where's 9? K9, customize, and I'd like to add just the mouse control. So in this case, it would be just Control, and then K8, which is the button over there. Customize that. And that will be, just need Shift actually. Shift and Control, that should be enough. Then we can make this one Alt. Why not? Let's just go ahead and do this one. This one's K7. So this is left Alt. Done. Save that. And now we should be able to just, I can zoom in and rotate around and all that sort of stuff. So it makes it a little easier. Oh, no worries. Good luck with the head. I'm hoping it's working out for you. I've got some more stuff coming up. I think I'm going to publish tonight, actually, on character design. So look out for that as well. All right, so for the head, let's have a look and see how we got here. Just have a look and see what we can do with this body. All right, cool. Let's just go ahead and start to sharpen things up a little bit because it's meant to be cartoony anyway. So let's go ahead and do that. Just going through and just sharpening things up. And let's just flatten this stuff out as well because again, it's meant to be cartoony, so I'm not going to go with like ultra crazy like detail in these ears. It's just going to be straight up almost like flat. Good afternoon. And good job with the animation. You tagged me on Twitter. It looks mad, by the way, Aaron. Looks awesome. Really cool stuff. Do you have your own Rococo, or is that just like preset animations from the library? All right, cool. See, that looks a lot better now. It's a bit straight, a bit more flatter. All right, cool. The back needs a bit of work, but that's all right. Actually, I like the curve at the back, so I might actually keep that in there. I'm not sure if the brush size will work here. It does. Oh, good. Preset. Yeah, awesome. But yeah, it came out really good. Yeah, with mocap, you're always going to tweak that stuff anyway. So yeah, I'm actually tempted to get one if I can afford it. Of course, I'm not sure how much they cost. Ah, shit. I fucked up the front. You can actually prevent that in Blender by going to the settings, go to Tool, and under the fall off, change it to project instead of sphere, and that should avoid it from going through. I think there's also another option for front faces only. So yeah, sphere and front faces only, and that will prevent it from going all weird. Ah, awesome. That should prevent. Oh, what? That should have worked. Front faces only, mate. I hate when Blender has undos for button presses. It's so stupid. Let's go ahead and smooth that out. There we go. That works better. Yes, for sure. What was I gonna say? What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, matte caps. Let's turn on some matte caps just for the hell of it. That'll do. Let's go with something else. Let's see. Let's sharpen that up now. There we go. That was cool. And you got to remember, like, again, if you're like working on your own stuff, you don't need to put too much detail in your sculpt. It's more of a guide. It's more of a sketch than anything else. It's like a 3D sketch. So I'm not going to go too crazy with the sculpt. Oh, thanks. Good to see you too. Yeah, this tablet's mad. I love it. All right, cool. I think that will do for the ears for now. Let's I'm actually tempted to just bring in the eyes as spheres at this point. So maybe I'll do that now, to be honest. Let's go ahead and I know it's going to be weird, but I'm going to actually erase the eyes and make them basically use spheres as guides instead. So let's go ahead and flatten this out, or let's smooth this whole thing out first. They've served their purpose at this point. Let's go ahead and crush them down. Oh, fucking up the nose a little bit. That's alright though. I'm not too fussed. I'm just erasing whatever I can for the time being. I can actually probably just decimate, like undo the decimation, like just decimate the eyes down to flat planes, but you know, that's alright. I like the size of the tablet. I am tempted to see what it is like with a smaller one because it takes up a lot of room on my desk. But I do like the large size. It does prevent me from having it prevents me from having RSI, that's for sure. And it's nice to have like just a nice, be able to like make broad strokes. Oh, that's awesome to hear, Dom. All right, let's just clean this up. I'm sure I know there's a faster way of doing this. I just like doing it this way. I like basically treating it like an actual sculpt where you just remove things as you do. Let's just smooth this out. And sorry there's no music in this stream because I did it last time with a DRM free one and I still got a fucking copyright claim. So yeah, I'm not gonna bother with music for now. Unless I can just use YouTube's DRM free playlist just from its actual music library. I'll probably give that a go again in the future, but fuck, it's just so frustrating. Yeah, that's it. But it's the same thing, like, you know, details this is all relative. So the resolution I think of the XP Pen 16 is full HD on a 16-inch tablet, and you know, at that size you kind of don't want to go, in my opinion, you don't want to go 4K because it makes the details too small. So yeah, hoping that when I give it a go, it'll look good. And maybe my claims will be wrong. Who knows? This is a QHD display, so it's not 4K. So it's that's the interesting thing about this, is that I actually bought this based on the resolution of it being the reason I bought this tablet was actually so I can actually match the resolution of my monitors. So the 1920 by 1080 actually works out, not the 1920, the QHD actually works out really well for me. Let's go ahead and make some actual eyes here. Oops. Smooth this out. That already looks better. They reckon that looks better already. I'm going to make a null. There's a little trick, by the way. If you want to make mirrored axes without affecting the transforms, just do a mirror modifier, and you'll notice that the mirror is all screwed. It's somewhere there, but it's not working. Just make the mirror object the null, and it will mirror properly. So if you don't want to affect, if you still want to be able to transform things without worrying about it, being in edit mode, you can actually just change it like that. Oh yeah, true. I can always get away with using the nose as a separate object as well, but let's just keep it as is. All right, let's get the body up and running. So let's see. We'll start with the belly and smooth that out, and then we'll worry about the rest afterwards. So let's just make a big brush and smooth everything out. This is all flat shading, by the way. It looks smooth because the poly count's so high. Let's see. I'm actually tempted to make his whole head like a separate object. Let's see what it looks like. Let's just go ahead and... Yeah, that looks better. And I appreciate the kind words, Yoda, by the way. Yeah, so if you don't mind having no music, I'm cool with that too. Yeah, that looks much better. Having the head as separate, sort of like more separated, I guess looks a lot better already. Let's go ahead and smooth that out now. I need to start, let's try and do another remesh. Oh no, just turn on Dyn Topo, fuck it. Delicious. Yeah. It can be delicious, it's alright. I'm sure, I have a name for this guy, it's called Crud. That is not, he'd probably appreciate it anyway, even though his name is Crud. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's get his let's get the elbows, the shoulders in there as well. Yeah, it's all awesome. I really want to do a substance based tutorial series as well, because although there's plenty of texturing tutorials out there for Blender, I haven't found a really good one for substance that isn't behind a paywall, and I think a lot of people would appreciate it. What do you guys think? Yes on the substance idea, especially with characters. I think there's an untapped opportunity there with the substance stuff. Yeah. Well, it could be a continuation from the Daenerys model I'm building for the modeling tutorials. If anyone didn't notice, that's actually meant to be Daenerys, and I think it'll be more obvious once I actually sculpt out her details a bit more. No, not sculpt out, model out. Yeah, I know, right? Like the thing is, like, I understand the point of the tablet gloves, but I actually like the resistance on the screen. I like the resistance because oops, that fucked up. Um, because I don't like my hands slowly slipping down whenever I'm working on it. But I do appreciate that XP pen and the like provide it, unlike fucking yeah, another big company that is you know the world leader in this sort of stuff. What's going on here? It's not adding more geometry. There we go. Let's add more this way. That's better. Oh, it's starting to get a bit hard to sculpt. Poly counts are starting to get out of control. So I might actually start to remesh this one to make it a little bit more performant. Yeah, I love the glove is in the. I have the glove, but it's in the. It's in one of my drawers behind me. Yeah, this thing is mad. It's so good. When I first used it, I was like really blown away by the responsiveness. My only gripe I would say is that Windows is and I suspect this is more of a Windows problem than it is an XP Pen problem. Is that Windows Ink interferes a lot with certain software when it comes to pressure sensitivity and responsiveness in that regard. Specifically with Illustrator, it's a real pain, and I think I don't really blame XP Pen for that. I blame more Microsoft for that because their tablet drivers are still shithouse, despite the fact that every computer comes with a pen nowadays with Windows. All right. Yeah, you got to turn it off for certain apps. All right, let's go ahead and remesh this for now. Let's save this first. Remesh that. Give it a resolution that's fitting. See what happens there. That looks a bit better. Definitely looks a lot less polys, but definitely enough for what we need. Cool. Let's go ahead and jump back into sculpt mode. Yeah, I find, yeah, it depends on the apps. Weirdly enough, that Critter has issues with performance. I think with I always find that Critter has problems, which is really unfortunate because I love that app. Yeah, now it is. It's been a modifier since 2.83, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna re-topo this and have it proper do a proper thing of it. Oops, sorry. Just forgetting my remaps. Middle click. All right, yeah, of course. All right, let's just sharpen this up a bit more again. There we go. Quixel Mixer is good. It really is. I just find it lacking a couple features that just in terms of like being able to transfer properties from one material to another, it can be a bit of a pain. And the way it needs to have a baker, it needs to have an inbuilt baking system in it. Without it, it's not gonna Not going to win me over. Yeah, I'll be re-topoing this for animation. So I want to at least pose it out and work with it there. Let's see. Let's get the head up and running a little bit there. Let's smooth out that head. I mean, I could have had 2 separate meshes for this, but yeah, whatever. No worries. Hey, how you doing? All right, cool. Let's work on the hands. I'm gonna try and just extrude out fingers and shit with this one, and see how we go. I'll be putting out eyelids on this. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do the eyelids, whether it's gonna be super cartoony or whether I'm gonna actually physically put in eyelids, but we'll see. Might be good to put in actual physical eyelids. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try something different here, something I haven't done before with Blender, which I probably should more often, is use the I'm going to use the mask tool to extrude out some fingers. 1, 2, 3, like so. And then I'm going to mirror that. Not mirror that. Invert the mask, and then use the use this tool here, the move tool, to extrude out some fingers. I think that's going to work all right. There we go. These little weird claw fingers. And I'll do the same thing on the thumb. So let's clear out that mask. Oops, undo. Invert that mask. And hope for the best. There we go. That'll do. Why not? I know, right? Fancy hands and everything. Maybe I'll show my face one day, but you know how it is. Internet's scary. Alright, let's clear out that mask. Alright, cool. So we probably need Din Topo on for this now to get this looking okay. Or I can remesh it once more. So it depends on which way I want to go. I'm going to try and Din Topo it first and then maybe do a remesh. Let's set this down to something a bit more usable, like 5 pixels. Yeah, I'm going to do a basic animation with this, like a loop or something like that. That will work all right. Let's go ahead and... Oh, thank you for the super chat. Very appreciative. Are crappy edge loops fixable when modeling a human, or can you only make them good as... No, you can fix them up. Of course you can. That's the whole point of doing 3D and stuff, is that you can like adapt and change and all that sort of stuff. So if you made some shitty edge loops, you can always go back and fix things up. I might do a series later on, once I finish this character design thing, on how to fix up edge loops. Like the whole thing would be just a whole video just about how to fix up like shitty edge flow. If you guys think that would be useful, I'd be happy to make a video on that. Let's go ahead. Yeah, it definitely does. It has like a really robust system for building out like meshes and stuff. In fact, I think it's faster. It'd be faster than Maya in some cases, in my opinion, depending on your skill set. But yeah, I find it really robust and easy to use. And the nice thing is that you can also get really nice plugins that sort of emulate what you can get from a ZBrush or something like that. That's looking pretty cool. Oh, no, you don't need to. No, not at all. You can pay $0 with this and just, you know, re-topo on the fly. And you'll probably see me do that tomorrow or Wednesday, depending on how much time I have in the morning to re-topo. So yes, keep an eye out for my stream, or if you miss it, I'll have it on YouTube. But yeah, you'll see me re-topo, or you can just watch my older videos on re-topoing a face using from a sculpt base. So that's there for you to check out right now if you wanted to. A lesson on weight painting. I got a basic one, yeah. I wouldn't mind doing a proper one, but the thing is, like, weight painting in Blender is still pretty shit. So it's a hard one to talk about. Although weight painting in any software is pretty shit, to be honest. So yeah, just getting into some detail in the hand. I mean, like, it's a cartoon hand, so I'm not going to take it too far. Just going to give it a little bit of detail, that's all. Oh, thank you very much for the follow. Let's go with brush size, keep that there. I want to keep that on control. Move that down. There we go. Yeah, it's a real pain, isn't it? It's a real pain in the butt. All right, let's just smooth that out. Sculpt and smooth, sculpt and smooth. Let's do a inspection. Now, I'm not too concerned about the detail in the hands here. They still look a little bit wonky. But again, because I'm going to re-topo it and it's not meant to be like ultra... I'm not working for anyone for this one. I'm not trying to impress anyone too much here. And I will be changing things up as I re-topo later on. I'll be quite happy with what I got here, I think. But yeah, the hands are coming along nicely. I might actually have time to start re-topoing today a little bit. For the feet, I want to make him a bit chunkier. So his feet are going to be like straight down the sides here. So let's add a little bit more heft in those legs. Looking a little bit weedy at the moment. So yeah, just going through, adding a little bit more chunk. And just out of curiosity, yeah, for sure, it's really good. It's something that, like, I never expected it to be this useful when I first started using it. And the fact that it has everything that you kind of need for almost any part of production. If you're an independent artist, it's a lifesaver. It really is. Yeah, exactly right. And as soon as you finish being a student, getting that license. I mean, obviously you can. They made it a lot harder to be able to get that student license after you graduate, and they shortened the license time from 3 years to 1 year. So you have to constantly renew it, which is really unfortunate with Maya, because it is powerful and it is industry standard. You know what I mean? He's looking a bit bulked at the back. Let's go ahead and smooth that out. I might actually grab this tool here and just bring in, let's turn off down top of that. Let's just, I just want to bring his body in a little bit, just to make it more like a teardrop. I have tried a little bit in ZBrush, but not much to give judgment. I can understand why it's so useful to have. It has some really powerful tools. The only thing that's keeping me from using ZBrush really is the UI. That's it. Like, if it had like decent UI paradigms and allowed me to have 2 viewports, I would use ZBrush. But it doesn't. It only has 1 viewport, so you have to constantly be moving around, inspecting the model, looking at your reference. And I know that's a poor excuse for many people, but having two side by side really does help me with the way that I work, at least. The other thing that ZBrush does have that Blender doesn't have without a plugin, unless you have a plugin, is sculpt layers. And sculpting layers would be a lifesaver in Blender. I think that's really one of the big things that are missing in the sculpting tool set in Blender, and that would be the sculpt layers. Yeah, exactly right. Like that's the thing that shits me about people complaining about Blender's UI is like they use ZBrush every fucking day. Like why are you saying that Blender's UI is tricky when you're using ZBrush, which is like the opposite of intuitive? It's like completely unintuitive. And I've taught people using this stuff before using Blender, and it's not like it's impossible to learn without any. Like a person who's never used it before can jump in fairly simply. You can't say that about ZBrush. There we go. Let's get his arm. I want to make his arms a little bit thicker as well. So I'm just going to grab the balloon tool. There we go. I think that will do actually for the sculpt. Any other detail I can just get away with without actually adding it, honestly. So what do you think? Should I, for the next 15 minutes, start re-topoing? Are you guys keen on that? Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, how about we because I think this model as it is will be fine for some re-topo. I think we can actually get away with doing some re-topo here. What do you guys think? Yeah? That's a good idea, actually, making chocolate mold of this guy. Turn it into my avatar. All right, cool. Let's go with it. Let's roll. All right, so we got our mesh. Let's switch it over to random. And I'm going to turn off the matte cap. And let's go ahead and add a new mesh. And I'm just going to go with a plane here. I'm going to snap it to the edge there. Bring this up. And we'll start with the face. So we're just going to go ahead and turn on the mirror modifier. Turn on clipping so it doesn't cross over along the center line. And you'll notice that I'm manipulating along, I'm manipulating along within edit mode first. Shit. I'm manipulating within edit mode first. Lining up that first mesh to somewhere in the center that will work. Now I have a choice already about whether or not to make the nose part of the mesh or make it a separate object. And for this, I might actually just do... I might actually make it part of the object. Just to show you guys how it can be done. Alright, cool. So I'm just lining up that first... I keep it pretty straight back when I'm drawing. That's the nice thing about this is I can rearrange if I have to. So, yeah, it's good for that. That's what the larger screen actually helps you with. It keeps your posture relatively okay. And you can still do re-topo with the tablet as well. So I'll show you how that works as well. So what I'm going to do is turn on snapping and set it to face. And let's see what we got here. Project individual elements. I think it's a new one. That's all right. Back face culling, don't worry about that. We're going to turn on align. Everything else should be fine. Project onto self, we can turn off though. Don't want that. Just want to have it project to the other objects. Yeah, I got F2 already turned on. I'm going to turn on now shrink wrap. So shrink wrap tool. And I'm going to add it to this object there. And already we start to see it being affected by that shrink wrap. So that's really cool. And I'm actually going to just edit down this edge here. Oops, I got soft select turned on. Let's just turn that off. Oh, too many meshes, I think. There we go. Let's just shrink wrap down to there. And we need to turn on as well over here. We need to turn on this object in front. So I'm going to turn on inside the visibility in front on this object. So where are we? Viewport display in front. So I can see it at all times. Now just to get started, I'm going to shrink wrap, apply that shrink wrap in edit mode, apply it, and then make another one. That'll do. And now I can get started. All right, this is what I do. And I'm also pretty, this is really useful when you're using a tablet as well. What I'm going to do is just make out a bunch of edges here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, 1, 2, 3. I've got 1, 2, 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then finally the middle one in the middle. So I'm actually extruding out an edge line here. And then doing the same thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Matching up the edges. Because what I do now is I grab this edge, F, and I do that. That's how I work with filling. So I actually start to fill out the edges really quickly by doing that way. So the only thing I missed was an extra vert here. So I'm just going to subdivide that before I move on. And then that should be clean. And boom. And one more subdivision there. Done. So yeah, that's how I work. I use edges to do my re-topo. Just looking at the numbers, I make sure that's all fairly clean. And then I just start just filling in the gaps. And then there's my first loop for the face. Yeah, I know, right? It does look like clown lips. So that should be enough geo for that. All right, and then I just start cleaning things up. Oops. All right. I'm going to hide the eyes for now. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually try and follow like an actual like human face for this, just because I may as well just show you what I can do with this Re-topo. We're going to do the same thing. So I'm actually going to duplicate a mesh here. And then I'm going to go ahead and basically do what I did before. So I'm going to extrude out some edges. And here I'm going to merge those together at last. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, Re-topo is fun once you get used to it. That's for sure. I agree. 1, 2, and then just background. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. There's our first loop. I'm going to extrude up now here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At last. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oops, I pushed the wrong button. There we go. We've got 9 minutes to go. Oops, I went too far. All right, cool. Let's just use the knife tool for this then. 1, 2, there we go. And then here, we're going to do the nose. So let's see what we can do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll join it here. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then up here and up around. Yes. For me, it's just about consistency in the mesh density. So I try to keep it fairly clean. Like, so enough geometry that I can actually build up the shapes, but not too much that it starts to get unwieldy. All right, cool. Might actually join those together, actually. Like so. That will do. I'm going to keep it in like that. The reason I'm actually doing this little line around the face is just so I can actually show you that you can still make like cheek lines and stuff like that work inside of a cartoony character like this. Whoops. Let's just use the knife tool for that. Boom. All right. Every now and then you may need to apply the the shrink wrap. You may need to apply it every now and then, but for now it should be fine. I'm going to keep those together for now. I'm going to make a loop here. Sometimes the snapping isn't great when you're using shrink wrap and snapping at the same time. Especially when you want to add your own sort of subdivisions. It can be a bit pain in the ass, but it's all right. There we go. All right, for now, let's go ahead and save that. I'm going to apply that shrink wrap for now, just so I can actually apply the mesh. I'm going to make a copy of this first. So I'm going to make a copy by Shift D and then apply the top one. There we go, done. At least then the mesh is nicely set on the mesh there. All right, cool. I'm not going to worry about the nose for now. Let's worry about... We can worry about the eyes. We can actually start to work on the eyes now. So I'm actually going to, I'm going to try and make it as close to what a human is possible, weirdly enough. So I'm going to go make myself the same loops that go around the eyes. So we'll split off here. And go around the top. I know I don't have to do it this way with this cartoony character, but just for fun, basically, I'm doing it. Doing it anyway. Why not? Let's see. I got the wrong button here. That's why. Extrude that out. Let's see how it goes. If it doesn't work out, I can always fix things up. And this is the method I do here is basically because like it saves me, like, I don't know. I don't feel like I need a plugin to do this. To do this sort of method. Actually, yeah, this will work fine. Yeah, this is going to work fine. Let's get this up and running. My only gripe here at the moment is, yeah, I'll need to add some more geo here. So we'll see how we go. We can now join these two together. There we go. There's our first loop around the eye. Sorry, I'm just thinking. That's all right. Yeah, it's all good. I think it'll be fine. Add a loop here. Got 3 minutes to go. We'll probably have to continue this tomorrow, but that's okay. So just cleaning things up as we go, as always. Cool. I think it's looking all right. And then we can start to build out our grid face here. 2, 3. That will do. Which is better in your professional opinion? Starting out with box modeling first. Good question. I think for learning how to, in my opinion, in terms of learning how to do edge flow and all sort of stuff, I think that box modeling helps a lot in just understanding how things are structured in 3D. I think it's good for that. But ultimately, the good thing about a sculpt is that you can get a sculpt from anyone and then just basically recreate it with a re-topo in 3D. So that's the reason why people do that. So they can, the pipeline is cleaner in that regard. But apart from that, like box modeling versus sculpting, I feel like there's not much difference in between the speed in which things get done. Sculpting is more iterative. So if you don't have a finalized design on hand, sculpting will make it faster. That's for sure. But if you have a finalized result on hand, then box modeling can be faster. So it really depends on the situation, in my opinion. There we go. And let's go ahead and just do one last extrusion before I wrap up. No worries. Cheers. I'll be continuing on with this over the week as well. So you're not going to see, this won't be the last time you see this koala. I know it's a koala. I know it doesn't look like one, but it's a koala. It's sort of like a distorted, cartoony version of one, but it is one. Yeah. So you'll see me continue on with this over the next couple weeks, before Christmas at least. All right, cool. Let's just wrap this up very quickly before we finish. I want to get it done. It will make sense once you see it colored. Trust me. It will make sense. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, you can hear me. You can hear me counting the numbers, by the way. So I'm keeping track of my verts. All right, cool. So that will be it for today. It's 9 a.m. I got to continue on with my real job. So thank you very much. And we'll continue on with this tomorrow or Wednesday. Other than that, thank you for watching. It's been really fun. Really appreciate the support. And I will catch you guys later. Cheers. Also, to answer your question, just dead Jess. Crappy edge loops. I already fixed that. I already mentioned that. Yeah, you can fix them. Yep. All right. I'll catch you later. Cheers.